My reaction is the Lakers now have the best duo in the league. The Lakers acquired the player that of all the players in the league is the most perfect fit next to LeBron. The pick and roll offensively will be unstoppable, and where LeBron has deficiencies defensively, arguably the best defensive big man in basketball, certainly one of the top three, will cover that up quite a bit. The Los Angeles Lakers, independent of LeBron for their future moving forward, just acquired a 26-year-old, heart of his prime superstar. They will have him for this year, and he will sign a 5-year max contract after this season. So they will have him for 6 seasons, 5 at a minimum. So if you're a Laker fan, or if you're someone that wants to see LeBron compete for championships, everything that happened this offseason, as ugly and as awkward and as mismanaged it was, it all got wiped away with the trade for Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that's very good. The one thing that that I'll point out with Anthony Davis, and I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but I'm just saying that Anthony Davis is such a good player that there is no situation that he does not fit in with. And if you look at all the free agents out there, there was not a player that he was not a good to perfect match with.
Totally
and you go to the top to bottom. You can say Kawhi, with Kawhi being the most desirable of all the free agents, KD, even with an Achilles, Kyrie, Kemba. Who else you want to look at? Clay, if he was a free agent, if he was to leave Golden State, he is a perfect fit, but with LeBron James, because not only did LeBron get the type of help that he needs in this transition to Los Angeles, LeBron just became a better defender. Yep. LeBron can play up on guys on the perimeter now, because if you go to the bucket, you will have to face Anthony Davis. You can't put LeBron in a pick and roll, because LeBron can switch from a big to a small, to another small, to a wing player. He can do those types of things. And I think the most important thing, if the Lakers are going to be the Lakers, if they're going to keep branding and winning championships every decade, they needed a player like this. So for me, this was even more important than getting someone like LeBron James, because of the length of his contract, the style of basketball, and the way the Lakers, the Buss family, have done business. They had to get this Anthony Davis trade done.
They gave up a lot to get Anthony Davis, but it's clearly who they've been coveting for a long time. Did they give up too much, though? Are these two just enough without the pieces they gave up to make it work?
Well, listen, they now have some cap space. It's going to be either 24 or 28 or $32 million. That'll be ironed out in some details we'll get into later. There is, see, you remember that Mercedes S1000 you had once upon a time?
Yes.
I didn't even know that car existed. Do you remember what you paid for it?
I think at the time...
You don't have to give a number. I'm just saying you're a little hazy on it. But,
yeah.
But you remember the car.
Yeah, about 130.
Okay, there you go. There you go. And that's a lot of money to pay for a car.
Yeah,
but
in the 90s, yeah, that was some gas.
But you remember the car.
He's the national treasure.
You remember the car.
Yes.
You remember having that you... Listen, at that time, whatever it sounds like, whatever they told you.
I probably remember more people when they looked at it and saw it was like, what is that?
What is that?
Yes.
However it made you feel driving it, whatever it was, whatever they told you, if you paid that for it, you were going to pay, because you wanted it and you had the money to spend. If you're the Lakers, your only path to you went from a team that missed the playoffs to the favorites to win the championship. You just acquired a player who last year, in a down year, in a year with minutes restrictions, averaged 26 and 12 and a career-high 4 assists. The previous 2 seasons to last year, 75 games each year, averaging 28, 11, and was arguably the best defensive big man in the league.
I think it's very, very important,
like
Nick, that people like yourself and what you're saying. Let's get back to the numbers, because sometimes we miss these narratives when players, because of we're in the era where player empowerment, we forgot how good Kawhi was. Now, there was a little injury there, but we forget how good Anthony Davis was. What were those numbers again?
His last 2 years prior to last year averaged 75 games per season, 28 points, 11 rebounds, 4 combined steals and blocks. First team All-NBA both years, third in the MVP voting 2 years ago, Harden, LeBron, Anthony Davis. Last year, a down year with minutes restrictions, 26 points, career-high 12 rebounds, career-high 4 assists, career-high in PER. PER is a somewhat flawed stat, but it's a pretty damn good one. The greatest in NBA history PER, your guy Michael Jordan. Second greatest LeBron James. Third greatest Anthony Davis. You can't get guys like this. People talk all the time, and I know we'll get into the Celtics, about the Celtics, the steal they got from Brooklyn. You'll never get a better trade haul than what the Celtics got from Brooklyn. They didn't get no player like Anthony Davis. They got first-round pick. Since LeBron came into the league, in my mind, there have been 4 guys that going into their draft were no doubt have to take them first overall. LeBron, Anthony Davis, Luka, who didn't go number 1, and Zion, who will. You now have 2 of them on the same team. This guy's been a superstar forever, has not played in big games early in his career, had injury difficulty. 26 years old, MVP candidate to pair with the best player alive.